Hey, Muffin here. Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do a comparison, a showdown between the new Gargoyle event tank. If you win 20 battles, you get. It totally reminds me of the classic that used to be in the tech tree before 5.0. There was a Panzer IV you could get the Hauser cannon. I had so much fun with, and I think this is maybe Wargaming's version of coming back out with that tank. Very derpy. I haven't had the chance to play it yet. I did get the 20 battles to get this, and I've had some subscribers requesting to see the Panzer IV versus the Gargoyle. We're going to do best out of 3 rounds, see which one will win. Want to thank my wonderful subscribers for helping with this vid, and also Garion for helping with the editing. So going into the comparison between these two tanks, which one is better? The Gargoyle does have actually a higher DPM. It has a higher average damage per shot with that derpy cannon. The penetration is not as good as the Panzer IV. The aim time is actually slightly better on the Gargoyle, but the dispersion is not as good. The Panzer IV has slightly better maneuverability, and I believe also slightly better turret armor as well. So both good tanks. Now when you switch to using the HE round, the Gargoyle has quite a bit more penetration, and that HE round is really what can make this thing quite deadly, and is the whole reason why I had used the Panzer IV back in the day with the tech tree. The Hauser cannon was using that HE round, which is what made it so much fun. So had the first round, going here into the second round. We're gonna see just what happens here. So Gargoyles win the first round. The subscribers had put up a pretty good fight here in this one. We're gonna see if the Panzer IV from the tech tree can make a comeback. Now this thing does have, even with its standard round, has enough derp that its shot just, even though it does have higher DPM, the reload is not as fast as the Panzer IV. It almost is just enough that derpiness of the Gargoyle really does make up for that slower reload, especially with it having the higher DPM. So some good shots here. Both players taking some pretty good positions. A ricochet off of that one. Now, kind of like the Panzer Anko from the Girls in Panzer tank in the game as well, it does have the side skirts, which do help prevent the penetration of heat and HE shells. So a little bit of extra penetration won't protect you as much from a standard shell, and unless your armor is thick enough to block it. Now it's kind of funny because I think I've seen screenshots of other YouTubers uploading things where the entire room has been filled with almost Gargoyles versus Gargoyles. And I'm sure everyone is wanting to try this tank, and honestly quite impressive that Wargaming made it so easy to get the tank. Typically for events, Wargaming will have players have to play for a tremendous amount of hours, days, just to complete an event or be able to get a tank. So this was actually quite impressive. Panzer IV, just such a classic tank. Very iconic as well. Heavily used during the war, during World War II. And the Panzer IV from the tech tree makes a comeback, winning the second round. That might have impressed quite a few of you. We are switching up subscribers that had joined the room. And going into the last round here, this is going to be the round to break the tie. If I had to choose one or the other, I probably would choose the Gargoyle tank. Even though I haven't played it yet, but just based on my experience with the Panzer IV from the tech tree with the Hauser cannon from back in the day was so much fun. And that's really why we play the game, right? Is for fun anyway. So we got some Panzers taking town. Great shot there. Yeah, that spaced armor can be a little trollish. I know I've even run into that with the Sheridan and shooting that thing when it looks like you just have this perfect shot on it, but really all you're doing is hitting spaced armor. Getting quite a bit of bounces here off these Gargoyle tanks. Now, even though the aim time is worse on the Panzer IV-G from the tech tree, it does have a much better dispersion, meaning your aiming circle is going to be starting off much, much smaller compared to the Gargoyles one when doing that initial aim. Got a bounce there, wow. Okay, so just one down on the Gargoyle side. It looks like now the score is even. Ooh. Fortunate miss there. That Gargoyle took quite a hit. You'll have to let me know what you guys think of the legendary camos and things that they... just, I guess, the camos that come with the tanks and you can't change. I personally would like it if you could switch and choose different camos for the tanks. But let me know what you guys think. Kind of like how they do for the tier 10s, where you can have the legendary camo on, or you can choose something else. Wow. Things really fell apart there at the end. So Gargoyles 2, Panzer IV, Gs 1. Gargoyles had taken the cup. They had won the showdown. This is the Muffin here. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.